Hello, and welcome to another episode of Take a Deep Breath with Yvonne Daniels podcast. I'm your well-being girlfriend, Yvonne Daniels, and on the day that this is being released, it is Mother's Day. So happy Mother's Day to all of the fabulous mothers out there. Tell you what, we are talking about today the fact that this month is Posture Month. All right, so of course, I encourage you to continue to embrace the power of giving your body permission to relax for better choices, health, and wealth. We do that one deep breath at a time. All you need is an open heart and an open mind and a willingness to grow and to go. And of course, man, I tell you what, I've got my trusty producer over here. Matt, how are you doing today?
Hey, what up, though? How are you doing today?
I am doing well. And of course, you know how we kick off every episode
with the deep breath.
Let's go in and out. Man, that always feels good no matter how many times you do it a day. All right. So, of course, over this way, we're all about changing health narratives, leaving health legacies, and all about protecting and stewarding the wealth that we're born with, which is our health. Great thing. We always talk about all the other wealth that we need to know about and learn about, but health is the wealth that we are born with, and we love that. All right. So, want to take care of that wealth and that health by getting enough sleep, accepting responsibility for our well-being, taking as many deep breaths as often as we need to, and tuning into our bodies. And then, of course, moving our bodies. So that last one, moving our bodies, is a good segue into, once again, the fact that May is Posture Month. All right, so I've got to ask, because we've got I have to say, and I know he knows I said this with love, and he should feel pretty good about it. All right, so Matt, you're the young one in the room. How would you say your posture is?
Usually, I would say that I have some moments that are better than others.
Okay.
Usually I try to keep a conscious mind about keeping, like a straight back and all that stuff. I mean, sometimes, when I'm not really paying attention, I'll catch myself slouching and, stuff of that regard.
Right.
But I mean, in all honesty, I usually try to keep a conscious mind about it. But sometimes I do, I'm not paying attention. And yeah.
Well, I tell you what, you said some great things there. The fact that you're even aware that your posture can sometimes not be the best. And then the fact that when you do realize it, that you try and correct it, that's a great thing. And especially at your age, if you can continue to think like that, man, I tell you what, you're going to be so much better off, because I am a trained dancer. I did ballet, tap, all of that. And that was one thing that all my teachers they were always like, all right, straighten your back. And they would always say, tuck your butt under. That was like the thing. And so I've been doing that since I was a little something. And so I am always very, very aware of, how I'm walking, how I, my body, even when I'm sitting and all of that. Well, a strong posture keeps your body looking good and moving well. And this is according to posturemonth.org. So Matt, keep it up. And we can remember too that there is no perfect posture. Posture, though, is how you balance your body. And good posture is more than just standing up straight. It requires more than keeping your shoulders back. To improve posture, according to posturemonth.org, you have to strengthen how your body balances and how it moves. All right. So keep that in mind. Though there is no one perfect posture, there are better and worst postures. So it's not just how you stand. Once again, it's all how you align and balance your body when you actually sit. All right, so sitting, they call this the 21st century posture, because of course we've got all this technology, our technology driven work, and the recreational habits that we have are a primary cause of, get this, neck, shoulder, and back pain. You may know that, but the human body is designed to walk and run like we used to do back when I was, growing up. We didn't have these devices, so we had to get out. And you probably remember that too. You had to get out. You had to play. Your parents were like, and don't come back in. Go out and stay out. And so we would find stuff to do, and we were out in, just in nature a lot more. And I have to say that things have changed, and I know that times are different, and I understand that sometimes children are not able, sometimes it's not safe for them to go out by themselves. I used to go out by myself all the time when I was little, with my friends, and the very places my mom told me not to go, that's where I went. But anyway, I digress. All right, so I tell you what, if you're spending a big chunk of your life sitting, you must actively do something to counteract your habits, or your posture is going to suffer. Problems begin when we work the deep core muscles balancing our body in only a small part of full range of motion. Unused muscles adapt and they atrophy, which means they stop working. All right. And over time, our posture weakens. All right. And I don't want to say they stop working, but they don't work as well for sure when they atrophy. All right. So posture is an indicator, get this, of how long and how well you'll live. Yes. So everyone knows that, people, and you may have seen this, and Matt, you may not know this, but you probably will hear this as you get older. People actually, and you may have seen some people that you saw them maybe, when they were younger, and they may have been 6 feet tall. And you see them when they get older and they don't look as tall. That's because people lose height as they age. I'm convinced that not everybody does, but I've seen lots of people that lose height as they age. But the thing is that your life can get shorter as you get shorter. You don't want that, all right? So research suggests that the physical restriction of lungs and abdominal organs caused by loss of height caused a much higher risk of heart disease, stroke, and respiratory mortality. So in other words, allowing posture to worsen can actually shorten your life. We do not want that. So posture also affects how well you'll live. Not only that you'll live longer, but you want to live longer and live well, right? Have a good quality of life, as they call it. Posture related back problems are the number 3 reason for all doctor visits. Get this, 65 million people in the US alone endure back pain every year. I've known so many people that have had back surgeries, back issues, all of that. Low back pain is the most common disability for people under the age of 45. My goodness, that is so young. So this causes loss of productivity, inability to participate in normal activities, and diminished enjoyment of life. 80% of Americans suffer back pain during their lives. Thank God I have never had, maybe every now and then, a quirk, but then I know, okay, so let's fix something here. Something's, let's move a different way or something. But those are the statistics, and that is not good, but you can change that. Young or old, most people don't realize that poor posture is a contributor to health problems. So once again, posture affects your health. Choosing the healthiest path. Your posture has a massive impact on your overall health. And there are 10 reasons to make it your mission to improve your posture during Posture Month, right? So people with good posture enjoy pain-free movement and flexibility. Yes, want that. We want all of these, actually. Better balance and coordination, higher energy level, elevated confidence level, reduced stress and anxiety, optimism and positive attitude, peak athletic performance, ability to breathe deeply. We need that. Got to do that deep breathing. A more youthful appearance, and staying active longer. All this is, man, are causes of having better posture, right? And these are benefits, I should say, of having better posture. So taking action to become more aware, gain control, and adjust your posture environment at work, at home, and at play is what we are striving for. That means knowing your posture ACE, which ACE stands for awareness, control, and environment. All right. So we've got to be aware of our posture in our daily life. We've got to use good posture to lift. When we're moving stuff, you want to make sure you're not lifting all willy-nilly. Make sure that you're, straight back and look up how to lift whatever you're lifting and how heavy it is so that you're lifting properly, you're sitting properly, and that you are exercising, moving your body and aligning your body properly. Okay. All right. So we're going to do that. We've got the control, focused posture exercise to strengthen your posture, control your motion to improve your posture, core strength, which is so important, and great balance are needed for posture, strong posture. It can be the difference between moving with confidence and being unstable, risking injury. And I've seen people that are, when they're walking, when they're moving, they're not as steady as they should be. Yeah, and you're are at more risk of injury when that happens. So strong posture helps you to look your best and move without pain. So we definitely want that. All right. So, 10 tips, I should say, to ace your posture. Stand taller for Posture Month. Poor posture strains your muscles, your joints. It's linked to back and neck pain, as well as overall stress and even depression. We don't want that. All right. Plus, slumping makes you look older. All right. And we want to look youthful as long as possible. So we've got 10 tips to ace your posture from posturemonth.org to help build new habits and retrain posture by improving your body awareness, taking control of how you sit, stand, and move, and designing the postural environment right for you. So one, or I should say A, is awareness. So first, take a picture, see how you really look. Some people, they look and they're like, oh, that's not me. Pictures don't lie. All right. So take a picture, see how you really look. This is a great incentive to improving posture. And just remember, if you take a picture and you don't like how you look, you can change that. All right. And just give it a little bit. And you take another picture and you're like, okay, that's more like it. So keep that in mind. Check your alignment compared to a line through the middle of your head, your shoulders, hips, and your ankles. Any camera works for front and side pictures. Make sure you take both of those. Or you can use, they've got this free Posture Zone app that you can download and visualize and track exactly how your body stacks up. All right. Don't compare. Just kind of see how it stacks up to maybe how it should be, not how somebody else's body looks. Okay. Breathing properly. All right. There's that breathing thing again. Check in with your breathing. You got to check to see if you're using your diaphragm or your neck and shoulders to breathe. That's very interesting. Find out if your belly goes out or in when you breathe in softly. Your belly should move slightly out when you breathe in. People with forward head posture need to use their chest to breathe. Oh, all right. So you're going to have to do some work on this one, but this is so worth it. Even for a soft breath, all right? It's called forward head breathing, FHB. So to get the feel of belly breathing, try lying face up on the floor with a book on your belly and make the book go up and down as you breathe. Check that out. That should be very interesting. I may have to do that too. So a C is for control. The C in the ACE is for control. So what you need to do with this is ground your feet, lift your heels, and come up on your toes. All right, then lift your toes to come up on your heels, spread your toes, roll onto the outside edge of then inside of each foot. All right, so roll in on each foot, press down on all four corners of both feet to connect with the ground. Oh, that groundy stuff. People that like to, feel the ground, and they would love this exercise. All right, so you do that. That's for grounding your feet. Then you want to center your pelvis. Core exercise is not just for the gym. You can lengthen your spine with a gentle low back arch and tuck. All right. Repeat for 5 cycles to wake up and reset neglected muscles during the day. Oh, I love that. That's something you can just do. Yeah. All right. Open your chest. Lift your shoulders all the way up. Then roll them back and then release them down. Repeat 5 times to open your chest and relax your spine. I love a good open chest. Then you want to level your head. This is the 6th move, okay? Imagine a balloon gently lifting the top of your head toward the sky. Keep your head level and focus on a spot directly in front of you to retrain the deep muscles that align your neck. All right, we've got a few more here. Love this one. Number 7, take 5 breaths. We are all about that over here. Belly breathing with your diaphragm is key to strengthening posture. Lengthen your body and spine with 5 slow, aware breaths to let your shoulders relax and to clear your mind. All right, so the last letter in the ACE is the E, which is for environment. You can adjust your environment. There's no one single perfect posture position, and your body is designed to move so you can change it up. Consider a desk that lets you stand up or sit down to move throughout the day. I know they have these desks where you can actually walk. I've seen people where they're walking. They have a desk that allows them to stand up and walk while they're doing work, so their body can continue to move while they are walking. Instead of an office chair, try sitting on a ball. I've seen people do that. Exercise ball or a pelvic for a couple of hours. When taking long trips, adjust your car seat each time you stop. I need to try that one. Yeah. When you're texting, lift your phone up to eye level instead of holding your head down. That's a great one. And then number 9 is sitting strong. Adjust the rear view mirror in your car so you have to sit tall with upright posture to see. I have to do that anyway because I'm like, I can't see. So I have to sit up straight. Change the angle of your computer monitor or lift it a bit higher to reduce stress on your neck muscles. Very good. Number 10, stand taller. Make sure that your head is up. Your shoulders are down. Your pelvis is engaged. It gives you more height and less girth. Now, all this takes work and intentionality, but that's what listen, anything worth having, you got to put some work in. Plus, people with strong posture often feel less pain, a great incentive. They look younger, they feel more confident. We love all of that. Recheck your posture a few times a year. Stay on top of it to keep track of your improvement. They've got this challenge too. It's called a 31 days to stronger posture challenge for daily ideas to move and to feel well. And all of this is, man, just our man. This is our part of making sure that we're in tune with our posture during Posture Month. This is a great kind of kickoff, but this is, like they said, we want to do this throughout the year, maybe checking in a few times a year to see how your posture, how you're doing with your posture, see how your body feels after you make some of these adjustments. And we just want to stick with it because we're all about, man, living as long as we can, of course, but as well as we can so that we can not only take care of ourselves, but take care of others. So thank you so much for joining me for this episode of Take a Deep Breath with Yvonne Daniels podcast as we highlight Posture Month. Man, make sure that you like, subscribe, and share. Check us out at Deep Breath and Taste Buds at blogspot.com. Matt, how do we end every episode?
With the deep breath.
Let's go in and out. Here is to better posture. And I will see you in the next episode.
Good stuff.